So unit number 2 is your AC circuits. So for your AC circuits, the syllabus for your subtitles or your syllabus for your AC circuits are alternating voltage and currents, and AC values, single phase RL, RC, RLC series circuits, power in AC circuits, power factor, three phase AC systems, star and delta connection, three phase power measurement, electrical safety, fuses and earthing, residential wiring. So in this week, I hope we'll complete alternating voltages up to single phase RLRC series circuit, and power I'll just chat. In coming to your AC circuits, so we know generally Edison was responsible, or he has invented DC, and Tesla and George Westinghouse has paved the way for AC, alternating currents. Okay. So now AC is nothing but alternating current. Before going into deep, first let us know what is a sinusoid. You know, mathematically, you know a sinusoid. Sinusoid is nothing but you have a cosine function, or it's a signal. Sinusoid is a signal. It's a signal that has the form of sine and cosine. In general, it is said to be sinusoid. In general, it is said to be sinusoid. This sinusoid is useful for communication purpose in electrical power. And this is the circuits, the electric circuit driven by these sinusoids are said to be AC circuits. Okay. The circuits driven by sinusoid. Earlier, we have seen the source as DC in first unit. Now we are going to see the source as AC, meaning a sinusoid that is going to drive the circuit elements, and hence the circuit is said to be AC circuit. Hence the circuit is said to be AC circuit. Okay. And then coming to where and all you will be using sinusoid, and you will be, it is easy for analyzing your sinusoid. You will be having mostly in the sinusoid, you will be having either the derivative or the integral part, either the derivative, I mean differentiation, or the integral part only. And moreover, the derivative and the integral part of a sinusoid is a sinusoid only. Of a sinusoid is a sinusoid only. For example, sine can be transformed into cosine, and cosine can be transformed into sine. And that is what it is said to be, either the derivative and the integral of a sinusoid is a sinusoid. These are the advantages of analyzing an AC circuit in terms of sinusoids. Okay. And it is very easy to handle mathematically. Very easy to handle mathematically. And you analyze, when you analyze a circuit with a sinusoid, when you are going to analyze a circuit with sinusoid, here also the analysis is in terms of Kirchhoff voltage law and current law, but we will be writing instead of input DC voltage, you will be having AC input voltages or currents, and your L and C component, now it is frequency dependent. Your L will be XL and you will be introducing your L and C here, because in your DC your frequency is 0. So you won't be having, you won't be considering your L and C in your DC. You won't be considering your L and C in your DC, whereas for your AC, okay, AC, for your AC, this L and C are frequency dependent. So the equivalent opposition of offered to the flow of the sinusoid current in terms of L and C is said to be reactances. That is given as XL and XC, that and all you know, where XL is nothing but 2 pi omega L, and this is 1 by, sorry, XL is nothing but omega L and XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. Omega is nothing but 2 pi F, where omega is your angular frequency. So this sinusoidal function or sinusoidal circuits, when we analyze it, you will be having two components. You will be having two components for the, as a result, the response can be of two types. Response means output. The response of a sinusoidal circuit can be analyzed in two forms. One is transient form, okay, one is transient form, and another one is steady state response. One is transient response and another one is steady state response. This and all we will see detailedly when we deal with problems. So coming to a sinusoid, for example, any voltage, now it's time dependent. You have a time varying signal, that is a sinusoid. You have a time varying signal, that is a sinusoid. This is sine, whereas this is cosine. V of t can be written as Vm sine omega t. Okay, time varying signal V of t can be written as Vm sine omega t, where Vm is the amplitude of the sinusoid. Vm is the amplitude of the sinusoid, and omega t is said to be the augment of the sinusoid. Okay, it's said to be the augment of the sinusoid. It is said to be the amplitude of the sinusoid. Amplitude. Vm is said to be the amplitude of the sinusoid, and omega t is said to be the augment of the sinusoid, where omega t is nothing but this omega I'm sorry is nothing but 2 pi, where t is nothing but 2 pi by omega. Okay, where t is the period of the sinusoid, where t is nothing but period of the sinusoid. This and all is a basic which you would have read in your schooling, but I'll refresh it once and then I'll go ahead. And this t can be written either in terms of capital letter 2, where t is the period of sinusoid. Okay. So 1 by t is your frequency and it is represented in hertz. And what is said to be a periodic waveform? Like, for example, periodic waveforms. If I'm drawing a sinusoid, this is a periodic waveform. When you will be having, when you will be saying a signal as periodic signal or a periodic waveform is, for example, this is t is equal to 0 and this is t is equal to pi, this is 2 pi. So for every instant of time, namely for t is equal to 0, t equal to pi and t is equal to 2 pi, in general, I will write it as t plus t will be equal to v of t. At any instant of time, the value will be equal. V of 0 is equal to v of pi, which is equal to v of 2 pi. Hence, is said to be periodic. This is nothing but Vm. We can write it as omega of, okay, t plus t, which is equal to Vm sine of omega t plus, already I said t can be written as 2 pi divided by omega. So this is nothing but Vm sine of omega, sorry, sine of omega t plus 2 pi. Okay, we know Vm sine omega t to plus 2 pi is sine omega t only. So Vm sine of omega t, which is equal to V of t. So that is what I have written already. V of t plus t is nothing but V of t. Okay, V of t. So it is a periodic signal. So when you will be telling it as periodic, f of t is equal to where a function is said to be periodic when f of t is equal to f of t plus n pi. For all values of t, and for all values of t, this holds good, and where n is an integer. Okay, and omega is equal to 2 pi f, that you already know. So the general expression of a sinusoid V of t is equal to Vm sine of omega t plus phi. This is the general expression of sinusoid. So omega t plus phi is said to be the argument. Okay, and phi is said to be the phase. Okay, as I said already, derivative and integral of a sinusoid is a sinusoid only. The sine can be transformed into cosine, and cosine can be transformed into sine. And mostly the analysis whichever we are going to carry out will be, we will be doing it in terms of cosine only, because in the graph when you see, cosine will be ahead of your sine. Cosine will be ahead of your sine, meaning when your cosine sine is 0, your cosine is maximum. So generally you will be analyzing all your AC analysis hereafter, your problem, whatever problem that we are doing, we will transform. If we are having a sinusoid sine input in your AC circuits, we will be transforming it into cosine, and then we will proceed to analyze the circuit. Okay. Okay. So now cosine can be converted into sine, and sine can be converted into cosine, that we know. Okay. So before that, some of the trigonometric identities I would like you to remember or to refresh. Sine of omega t plus or minus 180 degree is equal to minus sine omega t, that we know. And then cos of omega t plus or minus 180 degree, what is that? It is minus cos of omega t. Would you able to hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sine of omega t plus or minus 90 degree, it is nothing but plus or minus cos of omega t. And then cos of omega t plus or minus 90 degree will be equal to minus plus sine of omega t. These are the trigonometric identities which you already know. Just refresh it. Okay. And coming back to your addition of, namely adding two sinusoids. For example, let us have a sinusoid, two sinusoid, namely a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. So now how can we write this? Convert everything in the form of cosine itself. So a cos omega t plus b of cos omega t minus 90 degree. So that is cos a minus b form. Cos a minus b form. So now from this, what we can get, how will you find the total value? Addition, let me write it as the addition component as some value C. Okay. So you have a magnitude component as well as your angle component, where C is equal to root over A square plus B square. This you know. And what is your theta? Theta is equal to tan inverse of B divided by A. This and all you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
So this component, addition component, can be now written as C. How can we write C? Magnitude is C. Okay. Now everything is transformed into cos. So C cos of omega t. What is the angle? Theta. Omega t minus theta. This is how you will be writing. When you add two sinusoid, okay, when you add two sinusoid, so the component, first let me convert the sine into cosine. As I already said, whichever component I'm having in sine, I'll transform into cosine and then I'll proceed. So I have transformed this into cosine. So b cos of omega t minus 90, and then I am if I expand it, it will be in terms of cos a minus b, cos a cos b minus sin b, and then I'll be finding out the magnitude, which is nothing but c is equal to root of a square plus b square, and theta is nothing but tan inverse of b by a. If I'm writing everything in cosine form, the resultant can be c cos of omega t minus theta. Okay. So now the screen is busy. So let us add for an example, as an example. So 3 cos of omega t minus 4 sin of omega t. What is the answer? Will be equal to, as we said already, it is c cos of omega t minus theta. That is the result. What is your c? It is root of a square plus
A square plus
b
B square.
square, which is equal to root of 3 square
Root of
plus
25.
4 square. 25.
Yes.
So find 5. So
Five,
c
five.
tan inverse of
4 by 3.
b by
3.
4 by 3. What is your angle? Guys, you have your calculators with you, right?
53 degrees.
So use your calculators. See, for AC circuits, definitely you need to use your calculators. Without calculators, you can't do anything.
53 degrees.
50.
Yeah, 53.1 something. 53 degree. So theta is 53 degree. Okay. Huh?
Yes.
And then we'll go with one more example. Example number 2. If V of t is equal to 12 cos of 50t plus 10 degree, find the amplitude of the sinusoid. Find the, please note it down, the amplitude of the sinusoid. Phase of the sinusoid. Phase of the sinusoid. Phase of the sinusoid. Period of the sinusoid. And frequency of the sinusoid. And frequency of the sinusoid. How will you find?
Amplitude is 12.
What is your amplitude?
12.
Vm. Vm is 12.
12, ma'am.
Phase difference is
Phase
10.
10. Phase 10.
Phase 10.
Phase will be
Time
represented
period.
as pi. This is 10 degree. And then
Time period is pi by 25.
5 by
It is 2 pi by omega. This is nothing but 2 pi divided by, what is your omega?
50.
50.
T.
50. So what
50.
is that
50
value?
Pi by 20.
Pi by
5 by
25.
5 by
25.
25.
Pi by 25, which is equal to 0.1257. And then what is your F?
25 by pi.
25 by 5.
25
That's
by
7.9.
25.
What is that approximately? It is 7.9. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So let us have one more question. Find the phase angle between I1, which is equal to minus 4 sine of 377t plus 25 degree, and I2 is equal to 5 cos of 377t minus 40 degree. And also tell either I1 leads or I2 leads. Okay. And also tell either I1 leads or I2 leads. So now what I said already, whenever we have a sign, we need to transform that sign into cosine first. That is your first step. Because for a sinusoid, cos will appear first and then will be as cosine. So always we will be analyzing here with respect to cosine. So this minus 4 sine of 377t plus 25 degree can be transformed into
Minus 90.
Ma'am, phase difference is 25.
Convert this cosine to cos first.
Yes, ma'am.
Bring
377
this-
minus 65.
377
Bring this
Yes, ma'am.
inside
Minus
minus
65.
4 cos of
4 cos 377t
Minus
minus 65.
65.
how it will be minus? Here
Plus
you have a
25
minus.
minus 10. Oh, that.
No? This minus what you will do? That also bring inside.
Yes.
Oh.
You're getting me? Full
Yes,
of a
that's fine.
positive cosine. Is it okay, guys?
Okay.
Could able to understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
This
Yes,
negative
ma'am.
you bring it first inside
Yes,
and then transform into cosine. So 377t plus 25 plus 90. So now how you will write your I1? I1 is equal to, then your answer will be wrong. Okay. So do it in steps. Bring it in positive cosine. 4 cos
377t plus 115 degree.
115 degrees. This is your I1. We know the I2. What is your I2? 5 cos 377t plus, minus
Minus 40.
40 degree. What is the phase difference? I1 minus I2?
155.
155. 155.
155.
150.
155.
So phase difference phi is 155 degree. Which leads now? Either I1 or I2?
I1. I1 leads.
I1.
So I1 leads your I2. Okay? Okay. Shall we go ahead? Is it clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, any sinusoid, okay, can be expressed as a phasor. Can be expressed as a phasor. Okay. So what is a phasor? Phasor is nothing but a complex number. It is nothing but a complex number. So you will be having in terms of okay. So and I'll proceed. So sinusoid can be expressed as a phasor. Phasor is nothing but a complex number. This phasor is applicable only for linear circuits. Keep in mind, phasors can be applicable only for linear circuits. You can use this phasor analysis only for linear circuits, and then you can solve only for linear circuit. And this phasor concept was introduced by Charles Steinmetz in 1893. So, for complex number, how will you represent a complex number? It is complex number. For example, if it is a z is a complex number, it is nothing but x plus jy, which is also equivalent to, in polar form, it is r angle, sorry. In phasor form, it is nothing but r angle phi. In r angle phi, this is polar form, I'm sorry. This is polar form. This is polar form. In exponential form, it can be written as r e power j phi in exponential form. Okay, in exponential form, where j is nothing but root over minus 1. This and all you know. So now the z, the complex number z can be written in three forms. Complex number z can be written as x plus iy, can also be written as r angle phi. This z can be written as r e power j phi. Okay. Now what is your r? R is nothing but root over x square plus y square. This and all you know. And theta is nothing but tan inverse of y by
x.
And how will you write your x? In terms of, this is your rectangular form. This is otherwise said to be rectangular form. This complex form, it is otherwise said to be rectangular form. This is polar form. This you know. Polar form. This is exponential form. Okay. This is exponential form. So now a polar form can be converted into rectangular form, and rectangular form can be converted into polar form. And this is how from rectangular you will be converting this into polar form. Converting it into polar form. From polar form, how will you use your rectangular form as x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. This and all I am refreshing. And addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction of a complex number can be done by using rectangular form. Whereas multiplication, division, reciprocal, square root of a complex number should be done only by using polar form. Okay, only by using polar form. Reciprocal, for example, 1 divided by r angle phi can be written as 1 by r angle of minus phi. Okay, and similarly, and square root r angle phi square root can be written as root of r angle phi by 2. When I want to find the square root of a polar quantity, root r, it is phi by 2. Okay, then why am I telling all this is we will be using when we are solving a problem. So I'll refresh it and then go ahead. And then complex conjugate will be represented by z star. which is equal to x minus jy, which is also is equal to r angle minus phi in exponential form r e power minus j phi. Okay, and we know 1 by j is nothing but minus j. Okay, in exponential.
Can we use z bar also instead of star?
Yeah.
Okay.
So e power plus or minus j phi can be written as cos phi in Euler identity. This is Euler identity, you know, plus or minus j sin phi. Okay. So now this cos phi is nothing but real part of e power j phi, whereas sin phi is nothing but imaginary part of e power j phi. Okay, imaginary part of e power j phi. So v of t, how will you write? It is Vm cos of omega t plus phi. This is equal to real part of, in terms of e power, how will we write as real part of Vm, okay, e power j omega t plus phi. This can also be written as real part of Vm e power j omega t into e power j phi. And this combination e power j omega t into e power j phi can be written as capital V, real part of capital V e power j omega t. This capital V is said to be a phasor representation of a sinusoid. I'm sorry. This is phasor representation of a sinusoid. Okay, phasor representation of a sinusoid V of t. Okay, V of t. So now, after this, V is nothing but capital V, I'm telling. It is Vm e power j phi, which is equal to Vm angle phi. So now what is a phasor? It's a mathematical equivalent of a sinusoid. Okay, now this phasor is nothing but mathematical equivalent of a sinusoid, with the time dependence dropped. You are not representing the time, you are dropping the time dependence. Okay, dropping the time dependence. So phasor is nothing but, right, so this phasor V, which is nothing but Vm angle phi, which is also equal to Vm e power j phi, it is nothing but mathematical equivalent of a sinusoid with time dependence dropped. Okay. Screen is freezing. with time dependence dropped. So now this phasor, it is otherwise said to be a sinar or a rotating phasor because it's having an angle. Okay, this is called a rotating phasor or a sinor. SINOR. Okay, it is also called as a sinusoid with time dependent dropped. Sinus is nothing but yeah, it's right. So rotating phasor or sinus. Okay. So now this is of the form r angle phi. This is of the form r angle phi. It behaves as a vector. Rotating phasor is a vector. Rotating phasor is a vector. It behaves like a vector. It behaves like a vector. Okay. So when you represent the graphically this phasor, that is said to be phasor diagram. That is said to be phasor diagram. When you represent graphically this phasor, okay, this phasor, namely Vm angle phi, when it is represented graphically, that is said to be vector diagram. So now, okay, Vm cos of omega t plus phi, which is equal to V of t, can be written as capital V only with time dependence dropped, which is equal to Vm angle phi. Okay, which is equal to Vm angle phi. Similarly, Vm sine of omega t plus phi is equal to Vm cos of omega t plus phi minus 90 degree, which is nothing but, how will you write? Sine, I am transforming it to cosine. So I need to write only the angle. How will I write? I will include only this. So it is Vm. Time dependence I need to drop when I am writing it into phasor. Vm angle phi minus 90 degree. You are getting me? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now V of t can be written as Vm angle phi minus 90 degree. Similarly, Im cos of omega t plus phi can be written as Im angle phi. Okay, and Im sine of omega t minus theta, it is why Im cos of omega t plus theta minus 90 degree, which is equal to Im angle phi minus 90 degree. Okay, is it okay? Okay, so I'll continue. So this V of t, which is nothing but real part of now capital V e power j omega t, that is what we have derived, which is equal to, also equal to Vm cos of omega t plus phi. Okay, so when I differentiate this V of t, it is dV of t by dt. It is nothing but minus omega Vm sine of omega t plus phi. So which is equal to, I am converting this sine to cosine again, bringing this minus inside. So that will be omega Vm cos of omega t plus phi minus 180 degree. Sorry, 90 degree. Plus 90 degree. So which is equal to, it's all omega Vm. So now cos omega t can be written as real part of omega Vm e power j omega t e power j phi e power j 90 degree. And so this real part of yeah, so now Vm angle e power j phi I can club and write it as capital V, and I can write this omega e power j 90 in the beginning and e power j omega t at the last. Okay, so with this e power j 90 is j, so real part of j omega, and then this Vm angle e power j phi is capital V, which is nothing but the phasor, and this e power j omega t is e power j omega t only. As such I will write. Okay, so dv by dt, this is in time domain, dv by dt, and this is equal to, okay, j omega time with the time dependence dropped. This is j omega v, this is phasor domain. Okay, so as I said, integral and differentiation of a sinusoid is again a sinusoid. So now this integral quantity of v dt will be equivalent to v divided by j omega. So this v of t is said to be the time domain or the instantaneous part, and v is capital V is nothing but your frequency domain. We are considering only the frequency v omega, where omega is the angular frequency, or I can say angle I'm including, so it's a frequency domain. Phasor domain is otherwise said to be the frequency domain. Frequency domain, time domain, or instantaneous domain. Okay. Okay. First, we'll go ahead with one problem. You have your calculators? Do you have your calculators?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Simplify the given expression. Simplify the given expression. See, in your calculator, above your plus and the minus symbol, you have polar and rectangle. You have in FX 991 MS. Guys, do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is having your calculator? Please tell me.
Ma'am.
Sparsh. Chirag. Do you have your calculator, Chirag?
Yes, ma'am.
Please project it, Chirag.
1 second.
Wait. Project your calculator. Guys, before that, in this problem, 1 second, I'll tell Chirag, later you do. See here in this problem, 10 plus j5 plus 3 angle 40. As I said already, addition and subtraction should be done only in rectangular form. Am I right, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So now if you see this 3 angle 40 is in polar form. So you need to convert this into rectangular form. Okay. And then you add your numerator. And coming to your denominator, now both the numerator and the denominator is in rectangular form. But division and multiplication should be done in polar form. So before dividing, you need to convert both the quantities. Numerator and denominator should be in polar form. Later, again, you have two polar forms. The first quantity now it is in polar form. The second quantity is in polar form, but addition has to be in rectangular form again. So convert that and then you have to do. Is it clear what am I telling?
Yes, ma'am.
This 10 angle, you have a plus and a minus. Chirag, now you project. With this problem, I'll stop today. I cannot do more. Okay. Yeah, above your plus symbol, no? Show your plus symbol. Above. Yeah. No, I'm not getting your plus. It's not visible. Still up. Not down, up. See, above your plus and minus symbol, you have your polar. You have it? Polar and rectangle. I think it's not visible. Guys? Slow. Yeah, see, plus and minus symbol, you have polar and rectangle. You have, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Plus and minus, you have your polar and rectangle. So now the first step, see here, in the problem, 3 angle 40 should be converted into 3 angle 40 should be converted into your rectangular form. Am I right? So what you need to do is you need to convert it into rectangular form. So use your minus. Press your shift button. Shift at the top left. Shift. Use your rectangle. 3. Okay. Press your minus. Okay. Shift. Press your minus symbol. A bracket. Rectangle. Bracket is opening. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now enter the value 3. Okay. And put a comma. Comma will be above your delete or something. Comma. You have a comma? 3 comma.
Yes, ma'am.
Put a comma.
Where is comma, ma'am? Where is comma?
Comma is above your delete symbol. Delete or AC, whatever. Above your numbers.
Above delete symbol.
Red color. There will be comma. 3 comma. Put 40. Enter 40. Degree is in the that B. Chirag, you could find it out in from top. It is the 4th row. Could you find from top?
B.
Degree. B. Press your B. Simply press your B. Degree will come. Close the bracket. Have you? Show me. Show with closed bracket. Anyone else is doing?
Where is degree?
Degree is from the top, you fourth row, from left, A, B, one symbol will be there, no? Press your B.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Then I have to press equal to. And then
Close the bracket and show me, show everyone, and then you press equal to. Before that, don't press. Guys. As I showed. So 3 comma 40 degree. 3 comma 40 degree. Yes. Press equal to Asta. Press equal to and show.
So is it 2.3 plus 1.93J?
Wait, what is that it's giving?
The value is 2.298.
2.298. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
2.29
That
plus
is your,
1.93J.
yeah, some calculator will give directly. For this, I will tell you how to do. For this 991 ms. So what is this? This is the real part is 2.93. 2.93. And for the imaginary part, okay, there is an next to shift, you have an alpha button. You have an alpha button.
Next to shift alpha.
yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Press
Yes, ma'am.
alpha and then press tan. Press tan. Okay. Equal
ma'am.
to. And then equal to. Press alpha plus tan and then equal to. Okay. Alpha tan equal to. What is the value you are getting?
1.928.
1.928.
1.92. Show us, sir. That is your
Gross value.
that is your imaginary component. Yes, 1.928 is your imaginary component. Okay. So tell me, enough. So that is your J 1.93. So now all your numerator is in rectangular component. So 10 plus J5 plus 2.93 plus J 1.93, and the denominator is minus 3 plus J4. What is this? Tell the numerator. The second one. This 10 angle. Tell the numerator and the denominator, make it fast. Quickly. What is the answer?
Ma'am, it's 2.98. 2.298.
That is okay. 2 decimal point approximately we can make. Make it fast and tell me, add the numerator and tell me for the first component.
And 12.298 plus J of 6.928.
Denominator is minus 3
Minus 3
plus
plus 4J.
J. Okay. This is 10 angle 30 is the next component. Now this is division. Now
Ma'am,
this is
excuse me.
division. Yeah.
Ma'am, it is 6.928 in J. Numerator on.
Okay. No, first 2 decimal to 3 decimal is enough. Okay. See here the numerator. This one is division. Okay. This one is division. So division has to be done in division and multiplication should be done in polar form. So we need to convert into polar. For that, again, see guys, you press your shift, press your plus button. Now you need to convert into polar. So you convert your polar. Chirag or Asta, somebody you projected. Shift and polar. Yeah, shift, polar, right. Now enter. Please enter the value 12.98. 12.298, comma, put a comma.
12.298.
Put a comma and then comma 6.928. 6.928. Close the bracket. In the same way, close the bracket. In the same way, Tell the answer. First, press equal to. Press equal to.
14.15.
14.115.
14.115.
Come again.
14.115.
14.115. And again, press alpha tan equal to.
Alpha tan equal to
Theta is
29.39.
29.39.
394.
This is your angle. And again, for this, do your calculation again. Do it and tell me the answer. Use shift polar -3, 4. Include your signs. -3, 4. Close the bracket. And what is the answer?
Now 5 and angle is 126.87.
So now this is plus 10 angle 30 degree. Oh my goodness. So okay, divide it and tell me how will you divide this component. 14.115 divided by 5. What is that? Guys, quickly. I'm not getting the answers quickly. Could you able to hear me?
And 2.823.
2.823. And angle 29 division when you have angle 29.39 minus 126.87. 29.39 minus 126.87. Just in angle 30 degree. Goes time up. Will you complete this, guys?
Minus 97.48.
How much? Minus 97.48.
97.48.
Minus
So now
97.48.
20, what is the first answer? 2 point?
2.823.
2.823 and angle of
Minus 97.48.
48 plus 10 angle 30 degree. Yeah. Okay. So now addition has to be in rectangular form. Again, convert these two into rectangular form and find the final solution. With this, I'll stop today. Okay. I'll have to take the attendance. And guys, I have given a Google link in the chat box. Why am I given as a value added program? I have planned to conduct value added program. Value added program will be taken for 30 hours in the LT Spice itself, but with advanced concepts not related to your lab in terms of digital electronics. Myself and my colleague is going to take. Whoever wants to attend it. So with the minimum charge of 100 to 200, we will charge it. That is for the university. Whoever wants to attend those value-added program, it is for 30 hours. Okay, it is for 30 hours. Can enter in that Google Sheet. Could you able to find the Google Sheet?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
for 30 hours, the charge is 200.
Maybe from 200. One second. From